The following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live is also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services agent Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Heartland Plumbing, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Hers Incorporated, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hometown Construction, Free State Realty, Absolute Painting, Gherkin Rental, Watco, Rice Precision Manufacturing, Maley & Sons Construction, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, The Maple Weekly, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Baldwin City, Kansas, where tonight we're excited to bring you our first volleyball broadcast of the year as the 16-6 Chieftains from Tonganoxie come to town to visit your 15-4 Baldwin Bulldogs. Hi, everyone. I'm Ryan Hilmer alongside Bryce Kessler, and this is the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Got an interesting matchup tonight, not only because we got two really good teams going at it, but because these two teams just played one another last night. Baldwin beat Tongi 2-1 in a best-of-3 contest last night in a triangular that also featured Emporia. So one team going to be looking for some payback tonight in Tonganoxie, while another in Baldwin tries to keep things rolling down the home stretch of the season. Just getting underway here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at each team's seasons so far, their key contributors, and give you some of our keys to the game as well. I'll tell you about some of our upcoming broadcasts here on Baldwin Sports Live. It's all coming up next on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show.
New charges related to insurance fraud and theft.
Ripping off about 90 homeowners. Stewart ripped him off.
The roofing industry is rough these days. Hometown Construction is Baldwin City's very own hometown solution for roofing and siding needs. We know there's more important things than just money. We give detailed estimates and on-site supervision during all projects. We focus on one job at a time so that you have our undivided attention. Contact us today. Go Bulldogs!
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. With customized insurance plans and comprehensive financial planning, Kelly and his team will help increase your confidence in your overall financial well-being. Come meet the team at their new office in downtown Baldwin City at 714 8th Street, or give them a call at 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
The decision to sell your home or the search to buy a home is never easy. It's likely the biggest financial decision you'll make. Free State Realty has a talented team with years of experience ready to assist you and make the challenge of buying or selling your home a rewarding experience. Contact Free State Realty to see the difference a realtor makes. Owner-broker Steve Pittman, Associate Broker Kim Bergen, Realtor Lindsay Mark Schofield, and Realtor Douglas Spradlin. Truthful, informed, effective. Free State Realty.
Welcome back to the pregame show, brought to you by Baldwin State Bank. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank, Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business, money management, loans and credit, or saving for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For 131 years, they've helped serve our community. So go enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. Getting you all set for Tonganoxie at Baldwin here tonight in volleyball. Both of these teams came into this year with state tournament aspirations. Baldwin lost in their regional sub-state final last season to Lewisburg and missed the state tournament after making it the year prior. But Tonganoxie, on the other hand, won their regional sub-state last year, beat Independence in the championship game to advance to state. So Chieftains ended up going 1-2 in pool play. They were eliminated, but putting together the same sort of success this season as well as Baldwin. Baldwin, they started off their season pretty strong. They went 5-0 and won the Burlington tournament to start off the year. They also went 3-2, finished fourth in their hometown tournament in the Baldwin Invitational on September 9th. And Bryce, we picked a pretty good matchup here in this one. It wasn't kind of on purpose. It was just by chance. We got two really good teams that just happened to play one another last night. They're pretty familiar. And so what do you got on this one coming in?
Yeah, no question. Last night was a great match. It went three. It was just a three-set match because it was part of that duel or the triangular, I should say, in Emporia. And Tonganoxie won the first set of that match last night. And Baldwin came back to win the second and the third. And the third, I believe, it was a 25-23 finish in that third set. So, I mean, it was right down to the wire in that matchup last night. So this should be another great match here tonight in this one. You mentioned the state tournament aspirations. And, you know, this Baldwin team went to the state tournament 2 seasons ago. Last year, they were one of the best teams in the state. Lewisburg was as well. Lewisburg beat them in that sub-state championship game. There was a school up in Nebraska that I used to cover when I was working up there, and they had a really, really good volleyball program, much the same that Baldwin does right now, having a really good volleyball program. They kind of had a similar result in what would have been the really good senior class their junior year, and they had a saying going into that senior year then of we didn't get bitter, we got better after their upset loss. And this Baldwin team, I think, kind of plays with that same kind of mantra a little bit, that this is a team that is wanting to kind of redeem that and go and make some noise at the state tournament, similar to what they did a couple of years ago when they were there. So this should be a great one, and you kind of like these matchups like this late in the season to really kind of test you to see where you're at, see if you're ready for that postseason style of play. And both these teams appear to be in that mold right now, so expecting a good match here tonight.
Yeah, Baldwin, a team, they got 8 seniors on this team. They had 2 all-state second-teamers last year. Sayo Afunja was one of them. Another, Cheney Barth, she's graduated and gone now, but 5 all-league selections last year. They returned 4 of the 5, and so a pretty good team coming back this year. Like you mentioned, just getting better. They've won 35 sets this year, only dropped 13. So Baldwin, they've really been rolling so far this year. We'll see how they do tonight. We'll take a break here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, come right back and talk about some keys to the game, maybe show you some upcoming broadcasts here on the channel and get you set for the opening serve here, Tonganoxie at Baldwin on Baldwin Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367. Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Back here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, getting you all set for Tonganoxie at Baldwin tonight in volleyball. The Bulldogs have a first-year head coach in Kathy Allen. She was the head coach at Baker University for 18 seasons, piled up 386 career wins there, retired following the 2015 season for Baker. She left, though, as the winningest Baker coach and ranked number 14 in career NAIA wins, and then coached a little bit at Topeka Hayden, then Baldwin Junior High, and now took the job at Baldwin High for the head volleyball position. The head coach for Tonganoxie, Barry Length, and time now to take a look at some of our keys to tonight's game, Bryce, and pop those up on the screen. Solid serve, receive, feed Fasayo. That's always a good one, and positive communication. What do you got on our keys of the game tonight?
Yeah, everything starts with that serve receive, really, that initial pass to set your setter up in a position to run the offense. So you got to be able to have solid serve receive. Tonganoxie struggled with that in their match yesterday against Baldwin. Baldwin had 12 or 13 service aces in that match. Alyssa Reichert had 8 herself. So they struggled a little bit with that. Baldwin did better at that. And that's really where it all starts. I'm going to skip that number 31 there with that communication. That's always important. I mean, athletics in general, you always talk about having to communicate. To me, volleyball is so important with it, though, because you're in a gym, it's echoey, and you have a little more control. You know, you're on your own side with how you're running your offense. You don't have a defense, per se, right up against you like a basketball or something.
Right.
So that communication of calling out, who's got the ball. You can't have two girls going to play for it. You run into each other. It throws it all off. You got to keep that spacing. As the setter, you got to communicate to know which attacker you're setting the ball for and how you're going to set that ball. And there's so much communication that has to go on that a volleyball team has to have a lot of communication. You got to stay positive. So much changes so fast in this. The momentum of the volleyball game, you can change on a dime. So you have to stay positive with that communication as well. Things are going to go bad at some point in a volleyball match. You can't let it snowball because in a blink of an eye, you can go from ahead or in it to just buried in a volleyball match with the speed that points get scored. So communicate, and then feed Fasayo. I mean, that's how this team rolls, right? She leads this team in kills, eclipsed the 1,000 kill mark in her career in that match yesterday. So she is a force, and of course other teams know that as well. But I don't care if the other team knows it or not. You have to make sure she is getting her fair share of opportunities, and Avery Bergen does a great job of making sure that happens. And she also does a good job then of getting the other elements involved in that offense, whether that's Alyssa Reichert, who is second on this team in kills. You have to get her going as well. And some of those other options that, regardless of how many other girls you get involved, it first and foremost has to run through a Fungus. She's one of the best in the state, and you got to utilize her like that.
Yeah, you mentioned she eclipsed the 1,000 career kill mark. She's now got 1029 in her career, 282 on the year. And of note, she set a new career high this year in 30 kills in one game on August 29th against Lewisburg. Maybe a bit of a revenge game there, the team that knocked them out of sub-state last year.
For sure.
Take another timeout here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Come back, maybe show you some of our upcoming broadcasts here on the channel. Chieftains at Bulldogs, volleyball action coming up next.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back here to Baldwin, getting you set for Tonganoxie at Baldwin here tonight. We apologize for the late start in this one. We're getting started about an hour later than we promised you. Unfortunately, with these volleyball broadcasts, you can sometimes get that when the C team and the JV games
some barn burner matches.
Oh man, it was a 3-setter in the JV game that was back and forth, pretty evenly matched teams. But we are on the air now, and we're getting you all set to go. Pop up right now some of our upcoming broadcasts on the channel. Next up, this Friday night, we're going to Anderson County for some football. 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kick on that one. I won't be there, but Bryce will be there along with Aiden Espino, and they'll be bringing you that one. Then the week after, Osawatomie comes to town, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kick. Once again, visit varsitysportslive.com for more information. You can find all of our broadcast information and our schedules there. You might even catch your school on an away game at one of our sister channels. So go to varsitysportslive.com and check that out. Looks like they're going through some sportsmanship rules here. I'm sure we'll pause for the national anthem here, but pregame show's been brought to you by Baldwin State Bank. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank. Baldwin State Bank, whether it's personal finances, business, money management, loans and credit, or saving for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For 131 years, they've helped serve our community. So go enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at Baldwin State Bank. We'll be right back.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being a part of the community in which we serve. Our roots run deep within Baldwin City, and our commitment is deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we are here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for 131 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Welcome back, getting you all set for the opening serve of this one. Tonganoxie in town to take on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming to play 15-4. Tonganoxie 16-6. Let's quickly run through the starting lineups for you. The libero for Tonganoxie will be number 11, Bailey Poggi. Then number 1, Mackenzie Smoots, a 5'8 senior. Number 2, Adeline Harder, a 5'8 sophomore. 5'8 senior Keisha Baldock. Number 4, number 6, a 6'1 sophomore Finley Ricky. Number 8, a 5'10 sophomore Charlie Crane. And number 12, a 5'9 senior Lucy Ricky. For your Baldwin Bulldogs, Fasayo Afunja, a senior, number 1. Number 2 is the libero, junior and Claire Baker. Number 6, junior Emily Paget. Number 7, Avery Bergen, she's a senior. Number 12, a senior, and Alyssa Reichard. And number 13, Lauren Berg, a junior. Number 15, a freshman, Audrey Searle. So Bryce getting ready to go in this one. Got any last minute, anything you got to say? I don't know.
Well, we got pink on pink in this game. That's one thing you'll notice here. So Baldwin is in the light pink, and Tonganoxie is in the darker pink. At least it's visually for us, there's one that's a little darker than the other.
Yeah.
On the screen watching the game tonight, it might be a little bit confusing because you're not seeing the traditional purple for Baldwin and red for Tonganoxie. You can check out the libero that might make it easier as well. Baldwin's libero in the black jersey and Tongie's libero wearing the gray jersey. So hopefully everybody can keep the two sides apart, but other than that, expecting a good match here tonight.
Bergen served first for Baldwin, and an attack from Reichard is down, and the first point to Baldwin.
So we talked to the keys, feed Fasayo, right? Well, Fasayo starts in the back row, Reichard in the front row. So this is the time where Bergen will utilize those other attackers up front, gets Reichard a chance early on, and she capitalized.
Set up now for number 6, Emily Paget. It's another point for Baldwin, 2 in a row to start this one.
Yep, and 2 different attackers getting those points. And you'll still see Fasayo, even though she's in the back row to start this on how they set up those rotations to start, they'll still get her some opportunities from that back row.
There's a block there from Emily Paget.
We talked about serve receive as well, right, Ryan, and our keys to the game. And so far, Tonganoxie not getting a good first pass on that serve receive. Avery Bergen making it really tough on him early on. Baldwin taking advantage.
So it'll be set up for Reichard. She taps it across. Reichard gets a second shot at it. It's tipped and it'll fall out of bounds. Point to Baldwin. 4 straight.
And a good job there. That was Paget who had to set that. They weren't able to get Bergen, their normal setter, that ball. But it's still a good job setting that ball up for Reichard, giving her a chance to put the point down.
Emily Bergen leads the team in assists at 452 coming into play.
Net violation there against Baldwin. It'll take away what was a pretty good job getting that ball up by Baker.
So it'll be Adeline Harder serving it for Tonganoxie. Bergen will set it up, and Paget another setup for Paget. going to fall in. Good start for Baldwin, 5-1.
For sure, and again, they played last night, these two teams. Baldwin lost the first set, so I guarantee you that was something that was talked about. Coach Kathy Allen probably harping on her, goes, hey, let's not start as slow as we did last night. Let's go out and take the lead, take advantage early on in this one, and they have responded to that message early.
Nicely done there. And then tapped down by Lucy Rickey. She's honorable mention All-State a year ago, second team All-League. First kill for her.
Yeah, good job understanding that Baldwin kind of had to scramble to get that ball returned, so they're not really in a good defensive position there, so she played it quick. Didn't take the time to really have to go up and swing hard, just quickly get that ball down.
Claire Baker unable to control that one. Baker honorable mention All-League a year ago for the junior. Serving's Bailey Poggi. She was also honorable mention All-League. That one's a little too strong.
There's that communication element as well that we talked about in our keys for Baldwin back there. As those back row players, you got to communicate, let each other know if you see that ball, if you feel like it's going to be sailing deep going out.
The junior Lauren Berg serves it up. Smoots tried to get it over. Bergen sets it up and a Funja down hard. It's Funja's first kill.
Yeah, and that's just, there's no chance defensively if you don't get a block set up, and they run it so quick. That's what I love when they run that quick middle for Fasayo, because the defense just doesn't have a chance to get anything set up to defend against it.
Their service from Berg, that one comes up short. Service error. Makes it 7-4, subbing in Caitlin Dale, the 5'5 sophomore for the Chieftains. She'll serve this ball. Pretty good crowd on hand. It's just a little bit strong.
That's the worst feeling when you get a ball back because of a service error, to just send it right back with a service error of your own.
Give the junior Emily Paget a chance to start this one. That's Smoots. And that's Smoots' first kill.
So Tongi doing a good job. They're taking their middle. They're bringing her back behind the setter, kind of deking a potential slide set outside on the right there, and keeps the defense a little bit off balance for Baldwin. Creates one-on-one chances, which are a lot tougher to get the block that way.
Bergen taps it over on second contact. Didn't work. There's Eigelhart for Tonganoxie, and over is Searle. It's a free ball for Baldwin. Bergen sets it up, a Funja. That one nicely dug out by Tonganoxie. Caitlin Dale, there she is again. Bergen gonna set one up for Searle. Nicely dug out again by Tonganoxie. It's a heck of a point there.
Yeah, good rally. Both teams having to make some plays there to keep that thing going. Nobody was able to get either side out of system. Everything was able to be played pretty clean, and that's why the defense was able to be right there on all the block attempts.
Riker gets it over, a little bit sloppy from the Bulldogs on the reception that time. Bergen for Searle. Nice block that time.
Just enough space there between the block. Didn't have it tightened up. There's a little space between Avery and Fasayo. Hit right between them.
Searle's going to have to get this ball over if she can. That's some of that communication that we talked about right there.
Yeah, I'm just not anticipating that ball being for her, and normally it wouldn't be in that case, but that's when that first pass, that's why that first pass is so important, to get the ball to your setter in a position where she can operate the offense. If you don't get that first pass to the setter, then it just throws everything out of whack.
Funja up high, down hard for her second kill.
Yeah, and there you go. That's getting the ball on a good, clean first pass from Paget right to Bergen, and that allows her to run everything exactly as she wants instead of just and having to try to make something happen, kind of improvising, which is what they had to do that previous point. And obviously it went awry on them that previous one.
Mentioned Baldwin, a pretty experienced team, 8 seniors. Tonganoxie has 4 seniors. Funja will get it started. Bergen sets this one up for Reichert. Nicely dug out by Smoots. Eigelhart over. This ball has to get over. Funja does just that. Another pretty nice block that time. Funja. It's a long point here. Reichert trying to end it, and she does. 3rd kill for Alyssa. She was also honorable mention all-league season ago. I mentioned Baldwin returned 4 players from a year ago that were named the all-league teams. Baldwin leads first set 10-8. Nice job that time by Finley Ricky. Makes it 10-9.
Right away, we can see why this match went down to the wire last night, Ryan. These two teams kind of just trading blows right now.
Reichert gonna attack this one. Give her another shot here. Nicely dug there, Caitlin Dale. This one's set up for Eigelhart. Blocked at the net. A point to Tonganoxie.
They're going right at the block right now. There's, again, it looks, and I don't have the best angle, obviously, up here. I'm not right down there behind it. It just looks like there's too much space between the 2 blockers right now, and that's why their attackers for Tonganoxie are able to put that ball right through the 2 blockers.
Bergen tried to dump it over. She did so. That was nice job, Avery Bergen. Gets the point for Baldwin. 11-10 now.
And you want to be able to just mix that in from time to time. You can't rely on that as a setter and become predictable with it, but it keeps the defense honest, keeps them from being able to set their block. If you feel like they're getting to their block too quickly and not giving your hitters a chance, then you dump one across like that, and then that holds that middle and gets some one-on-one set up with your outside or your opposite.
Service error from the junior Claire Baker. Gives it right back to Tonganoxie. Baldock will get it started. Bergen for Reichert once again. It's past the block, and they were in the net, so point to Baldwin.
And they're going to call Lucy Ricky that time for being on the net. Really no reason needed to be that time. That's just a spatial error right there, as Reichert wasn't right up on the net, but
that time Ricky was a little bit wide on the attack.
Trying to cut around the block. Obviously your angles are different hitting out of the middle than they are hitting from the outside, and just didn't get enough cut on that shot. Right idea though.
Smoots has to play it over. Bergen will set this thing up. Who's going to attack it? It's Berg. First kill of the game for Lauren Berg.
Yeah, the block went up early, it looked like, and Berg able to play that to her advantage against him with that early jump. They're on their descent as she just taps it over top of them. Good vision, good decision on the shot type there by Berg.
Should mention that the opening serve in this one was brought to you by Baldwin City Recreation Commission. Gather up those Halloween costumes from years past and bring them to the Halloween Costume Exchange. Donate a costume and get a different costume to make this Halloween fun for everyone. Donations accepted until October 13th, and for every donation, you get to select a different costume to outfit your kid this Halloween. Learn more about the Halloween Costume Drive at baldwinrec.org. Pretty good one so far, 14-11. Baldwin leads it. Didn't see who called that timeout. I think it was Tonganoxie.
Yep, Tongi took the timeout there. Of course, you get 2 timeouts per set each side, and a lot of times when you see a run of 3-4 points, and it could be bigger in some cases, but in this match where, it's looking like, a 3-4 point run is a big run at this point, so you'll usually see the coach try to shut down that momentum. Volleyball is such a momentum sport.
Yeah.
That you utilize those timeouts to shut down momentum, hope your team can come out of there and get a point to answer, and in Tonganoxie's case, they do.
It's tapped over by Lucy Ricky, the 5'9" senior, for her second kill.
If you let that momentum get going too fast, you can look up and find yourself buried in a 8-9 point hole in a blink of an eye, and at this juncture, it's tough to come out of that.
Bergen sets it up for Reichard. It falls in there off the block. Reichard already with 5 kills.
Yeah, she has been more effective so far than Fasayo, and those two are 1A and 1B when it comes to the attack on this Baldwin team. And one of those things, sometimes you ride the hot hand, and right now Reichard has been that for Baldwin early on. But don't you worry, Fasayo will get involved here soon too.
Smoots off the block, point for Tonganoxie.
Chieftains able to right now just kind of answer point for point with Baldwin.
Yeah, nobody's rattled off more than 4 points in a row.
Yeah, we're at that point again here now, 15-13 in this first set. Who could put together the next 5-6 point run? And you mentioned nobody has done that yet, so if somebody's able to do that, they're going to take a stranglehold on this first set.
Now Funja's going to get a shot here, and that's down hard. Third kill for Fasayo.
Yeah, she's so effective because she can hit from any of the 3 spots in that front row, and she's very versatile in the shot types that she uses. And as a defender, it's a tough spot to be in, especially one-on-one like that.
Smoots does well to get it over the net. Bergen's going to set it up for Fasayo. Kind of mishit that one, but off the block and out of bounds. It'll be a point for Baldwin.
Yeah, sometimes it looks like a miss hit and it can be an intentional cut shot. I think that one, you're right, was a little bit of a miss hit, but it was okay because she was still able to position it where she wanted and go right through the 2 blockers.
Attack a little bit off rhythm. Smoots gets it over. Bergen sets it up for Paget. There's the freshman Searle. Nicely dug out that time by Poggi. Long point.
Yeah, Smoots. So Smoots is the back row player right there for Tonganoxie, and that's why she was kind of just caught between a rock and a hard place up at the net. She couldn't go up there and play that ball above the net, and that put her in a bad predicament on that first pass that was so tight to the net.
Nice job there from Bergen to keep that one alive. Searle over. Nicely dug out and sent over that time, Alyssa Reichard. Paget sends it over, and now Smoots. Baldwin can set up Reichard from the back line that time. Dug out once again. Third ball sent over. Here's Paget, and she's going to find an opening.
Not an easy angle there for Paget. She was pushed way outside the antenna there, but was able to still get that ball back inside and down. Very tough shot right there from Emily Paget, but a well-executed shot. And there we go. There's kind of that little run we talked about. It didn't take much, right? 3-4 points, but all of a sudden Baldwin's sitting here up 6 points away from winning this first set. So you see Tonganoxie take their next timeout because Baldwin is in a position right now to really put them in a hole.
Yeah, it was 15-13. Baldwin's rattled out 4 straight to make it 19-13 now. Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Shad and Penny Sheldon, your Baldwin City area brokers, invite you to check out the Baldwin Woods Estate, a one-of-a-kind property on just over 88 acres, located within a quarter mile of the Baldwin city limits, yet very private and secluded. See more at HaydenOutdoors.com or call 785-821-2666. Schedule a tour and find your next dream property with Hayden Outdoors. Still in the first set of action here. Tonganoxie in town on a pink out night.
Big point coming out of this timeout.
Smoots gets the kill. That's her third. You're right, that was a big point to get some momentum back for Tonganoxie.
I don't know what the statistic is in terms of points scored, percentage of points scored coming out of timeouts by the team that calls the timeout, but it just seems like it's very high. There's so many times it works out where you take the timeout, kill the momentum, come back out, and get the point.
It's going to be wide.
But that's the key, right? You have to kind of put some of those points together, because if you're Tonganoxie right now, trading point for points not going to get the job done. Baldwin's going to cruise right into a victory. So they did get the point coming out of the timeout. Side out right back over to Baldwin, and now Paget has a chance to really open up the lead. Unfortunately, does not.
That one way too strong, so a service error gives it right back to Tonganoxie.
But again, if you're Baldwin, I mean, technically you can trade points at this juncture, up 20-15. It's Tonganoxie that's the one in trouble and really has to put a run together of their own, something they have not yet done in this first set, really.
Boy, that was right on the back line. A nice service there from Mackenzie Smoots. First ace of the game. Tonganoxie trying to crawl back in to this first set, 20-16 now. That one too strong, so Baldwin a chance to mount a little run here and take the first set. Remember, they played last night, these two teams. Tonganoxie won the first set 16-25. It's getting eerily similar, except the opposite way. Attack too strong from Finley Ricky.
No timeouts left for Tonganoxie, so they have to play this one out. Can't stop the momentum as it builds for Baldwin. Now just 3 points away from taking the opening set.
Service from Afunja. Fourth hit there, so a point to Baldwin now. 23-16.
Yeah, it looked like in some of the Tonganoxie crowd, just I'm scanning them. You can't see them in the camera, but they're kind of with that confused look on their face, and it was close. I mean, if Baldwin touches that ball and they go up there and a block, then that resets that count. They say they did not. That Baldwin did not touch that ball, so interesting. It was definitely close. Baldwin will take it.
Free ball for Baldwin. Reichert tried to go up. It was a nice block that time from Bailey Eigelhart, the 5'8 junior.
Yeah, really good job by Eigelhart there. Stuffing a block on Reichert, not an easy task. It was a gotta-have-it point for Tonganoxie, and they're going to have to reel off probably 5 points at least here to keep themselves with a chance.
Tap over. Reichert tries to find some space. That'll be Smoots. Give Bergen a chance to set up Afunja.
Even with her timing off, she's still able to get that kind of power. And that's the difference right there between a good attacker and a great attacker. A lot of times, the timing, that's what creates all the power, being able to be in your rhythm. And she was all cross-stepped and not in any rhythm at all and still able to hammer that ball across.
Bergen tried to tap it over that time. Here's Eigelhart. What a kill for Bailey, the 5'8 junior.
Keeps them alive for the moment, but a lot of work left to do here as it's set point for the Baldwin Bulldogs. And have to reel off 6 straight points here from the service line for Tasia Baldock.
Bergen going to set this thing up for Berg. Nicely dealt with by Tonganoxie. A free ball now. Dumped over by Bergen. Ooh, that one just crawled over the net.
Yeah, sometimes that net can taketh and sometimes it giveth. And that time it definitely was a nice helper for Tonganoxie.
Charlie Crane, the 5'10 sophomore, with her first kill. Tonganoxie trying to reel off a little bit of a comeback here in the first set. Afunja says no, that's not going to happen. 25-19. Baldwin wins the first set. We'll take a break here on Baldwin Sports Live and come back for the second set. You're watching Bulldog Volleyball on Baldwin Sports Live.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back here to Baldwin. Baldwin won the first set 25-19. Getting ready for set number 2. We mentioned this is a pink out game for each team. It's a stand up to cancer game. BHJ's Volleyball proud to stand up to cancer for the following family and friends and the programs that they handed out here. Those they've lost, those who are battling currently, and those in remission. Tonight, they play in honor of remembrance of them.
Yeah, it was a great ceremony here before the first serve tonight. Here's a look at those names for you that Ryan was mentioning in the program. This is a very old school way of showing it to you, but that's the best I've got.
Really, really cool event they do here, though.
Yeah.
They always do one basketball season as well, and yeah, really cool. Give me a little bit of time here to tell you about one of our sponsors. Baldwin Sports Live, brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company right here in Baldwin City that services many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. With state-of-the-art machine tools, Rice Precision provides a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits. The perfect place to start your next career. Find out more by emailing jobs@rice-precision.com. Bit of a back and forth first set there, and nobody reeled off more than, I want to say 4 or 5 points there. And
that's all it took, really, was a couple of, I think there were about 2 4-point runs from Baldwin in that first set, and that's all it took to gain that separation. Tongi was just never able to put together any runs of points, and some of that was self-inflicted. They had some service errors that kind of eliminated any chance of that on a couple of occasions, but also Baldwin just didn't allow it, because Baldwin was able to stay in system enough in that first set that Avery Bergen was constantly able to find one of her top attackers, whether that be Reichert, Afunja, or even Paget in that first set, to just never allow any type of a run from Tonganoxie.
Balduck gets it underway in the second set. Bergen going to set up Reichert, trying to go cross court.
It looks like they're going to call Crane for being in the net that time. And sometimes all it can take is just spinning around too fast and that ponytail whips up against the net. It sounds silly, but it happens. And if it, in that situation where it happens right where the attacker is, you'll get called for it. And Reichert comes right back with another nice point there for Baldwin on the overpass.
Yeah, Reichert just able to slam that one down, as you mentioned.
It was kind of interesting in that first set is Tonganoxie right now just not having very good touches of the ball on their end. To use the baseball reference, they brought in, Alyssa Reichert was the starter in that last set. She came in and pounded down the early kills. Paget, the middle relief, came in there and got things done, and then they went to their closer, Afunja, who scored those last several points. They went to her for the last 3 points of that, 2 of the last 3, and really just hammered home that first set win. And kind of starting the same way here with Reichert getting the early touches and an early timeout as well from Tonganoxie, because I think Barry Linthrein is seeing the same thing we saw. Just not very clean touches to start this set for Tonganoxie. And it's only 4 points into the second set, but already a timeout burn to try and gather his troops back up.
We'll take it with him here. Be back with more Bulldog Volleyball on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Back here live in Baldwin. Bulldogs getting a point off of the serve. I believe it was Bergen.
Yep, Bergen with the ace, and it just looked like a lack of communication. I know we didn't quite catch it, I don't think, on the video when we came back from that break, but just kind of dropped right in. It wasn't really threatening the back line. It just kind of dropped in between Tonganoxie.
Right now, Tonganoxie kind of reeling to start this second set. Have to scramble a bit here, harder. Gets it over. Bergen going to set this one up from Afunja from the back line. Nicely dug out that time by Baldock. This time Padgett will take a go. About Smoots for Tonganoxie. Bergen digs it up and now set up for Berg. Pretty long point here. Reichert will get another shot. Nice block at the net by Lucy Ricky. Padgett sends it over. Baldock will set up Ricky. A nice little tap over the attempted block, and Tonganoxie has their first point of the second set.
Yeah, much better for the Chieftains that time. The touches they were having on the passes, the dig that you saw from Baldock, that on a nice attack from Afunja for the back row. Much better that time around for Tonganoxie. Ran their system, get Ricky a nice little tip over the block at the front.
Bergen going to set this one up for Padgett. Taps it over the block. Now scramble mode. Ricky gets it over. Bergen tried to dump one over the back line. Smoots into the block and a point for Tongi.
Yeah, good job that time. Tooling that block. It was angled out a little bit. You know, you don't have to go around the block all the time. Sometimes you can use the positioning of the block to your advantage and hammer it right off that block, making it go out of bounds on that angle and pick up a point.
Sophomore Harder, a little bit wide on the service that time, or second service error of the match.
And that's what we saw too many times in the first set as well from Tonganoxie, where there was back-to-back points. They think they're starting to get a little bit of run, and then a self-inflicted service error.
Overpass, gives it to Baldwin. Berg sets it up and tapped over and home from Fasayo Afunja.
A little bit behind her that time, but Fasayo with a good adjustment. Not trying to do too much with it.
Yeah, Fasayo leads the team in kills per set with 5.9, almost 6 kills a set. Reichert able to sneak that serve in for an ace. She leads the team in aces with 32 coming into play.
She had 8, Ryan, yesterday against Tongi. They struggled returning her serve. And that one just kind of a float down the line, dropped right on that line.
Eigelhart replaces Harder for the Chieftains. One set up for Ricky, dug out by Bergen. Padgett over. You point Baldwin. Nice start to this second set, 9-2. Rattled off 5 straight to start it, now 4 straight and counting. As Reichert will serve once again. Man, you're right, they're having a lot of trouble dealing with the serve from Reichert. That's second ace for her.
Well, that's just a really tough spot to get a serve receive. You're talking just kind of midway up the line there, just past that 10-foot line, but right on this near side. It's kind of no man's land. It's a really tough spot to serve receive.
Nice kill that time. Mackenzie Smoots, the 5'8" senior, her 5th on the in the match. Breaks that 5-point streak from Baldwin, makes it 10-3.
This is it's getting late early feeling right now for Tonganoxie. It's only 10-3. It's still relatively early, but this is where they need to make their run, tighten this thing back up.
Remember, best out of 5 sets here, unlike the best out of 3 they played yesterday.
Yeah, so that gives you a little more wiggle room after you drop the first set. Granted, yesterday it was Baldwin that did drop the first set and still came back to win it in a 3-setter, but you certainly don't want to drop into an 0-2 hole.
One set up for Smoots and blocked at the net. Afunja there, as well as Emily Padgett.
So in a similar look earlier in this set, we saw him use that and take it off the Baldwin, block it out of bounds. This time Baldwin able to get set up a little quicker, and therefore they were able to square up a little more and angle that in as opposed to out.
Time Baldick set up Finley Ricky, and the sophomore able to get her second kill of the match. Gives it back to Tonganoxie.
The Chieftains have had more success operating out of the middle than they have from the outside. And if you're Tonganoxie, I think you have to continue to try and set your middles and see if you can just kind of live there, because that's where it seems they've had better success.
This one's set up for the freshman, Searle. Now Smoots will try it. She taps it over. Searle once again has to play this ball over. Baldock sets it up for Finley. Ricky taps it in.
You can see yet again, they go from the middle spot as opposed to the earlier attack. They try to go back on that outside hitter, and they just have not had as much success there. But Ricky doing a good job out of the middle of scoring.
5'5" sophomore Caitlin Dale gets it started. Pretty good serve. Reichert digs it out. Now Afunja off of the Bergen assist. It's kill number 6 for Fasayo.
And Fasayo is very effective, really, regardless of how you set her, but I think she is most effective on those quick sets.
It's going to be a free ball here for Baldwin. A little bit of an overpass from Afunja.
Yeah.
She's going to want that one back.
Yeah, she was trying to set it somewhat low, right above the net. What she was wanting to do is give Bergen that ball right at the tape, so Bergen could almost just kind of touch it. Didn't even have to set it, just touch it to give it right back to Fasayo to hammer that thing home, and just overpassed it just slightly.
Bergen tried to tap it over. Didn't quite get right touch on it. 2 straight points for the Chieftains.
And it's kind of tricky there, because as the setter, when you're going to use that second contact, try to dump that thing over you, you don't want to, give it away. You want to sell it as long as you can that you're going to set it, and in the last minute you want to move your hand and dump that across. So timing is very important. If it's just slightly off, to see a hit like we saw there.
Excellent set that time from Bergen for Fasayo. Afunja's 7th kill. Makes it 14-7. Baldwin, they're doubling up the Chieftains here in the second set. Baldwin won the first set 25-19. A little bit of a stoppage here, the official timeout.
Yeah, they're checking a rotation, it looks like, over here at the scorers table. The official and the down ref and the official score over here on the scorers table, just to make sure that they're on the same page.
Should mention you can go to our website, varsitysportslive.com. You can catch all the schedules and broadcast information right there, varsitysportslive.com. Afunja gets it started. Now set up for Eigelhart. Nice job by the 5'8" junior.
And the block did what you want it to do there. If you're Baldwin, get some hands on it to slow that attack down, but Paget just a little off on the read. Looked like she kind of got caught on her heels a little bit there. Maybe from her angle, maybe it looked like it was not going to get on that block and come through it.
Bergen right back to Reichert. Thought it might have been tipped. It was, and went out of bounds. Point to the Chieftains. Tonganoxie doing a nice job battling back in this. It was a 10-2 run to start the second set.
Yeah, they've kept themselves within striking distance, and that's, after the way this second set started, that's probably as much as Coach Linth could have asked for at this point.
Nicely spiked home that time by Alyssa Reichert. 7th kill.
And went right back to the same spot that she just missed barely on the attempt prior to that. This time able to dial it in.
Junior Claire Baker. Service. This one's set up for Ricky. Nicely blocked by Berg. There's Fasayo Afunja. Ball was hit so hard on the dig out, it went up and hit the ceiling, but nicely done there from Afunja.
And that's what, even when she's in the back row, you can't forget that she could still be a weapon back there.
Good service that time. Claire Baker gets the ace. Junior was honorable mention all league a year ago. The libero for Baldwin. Bit of a scramble drill that time from the Bulldogs. It's 17-10.
It's another point coming out of the middle. I don't have the stats to show right now, but I'd love to see what their percentages, their kill percentages on their attacks from the middle and then their attacks from either the left or the right side, because it just feels like everything on the outsides is just not working for them right now, but in the middle it is.
Yeah, you're right. There's a bit of a strong serve from Keisha Baldock.
And then too many of those for
Yep.
Tonganoxie, to be quite frank. I mean, they just had too many service errors, especially when you're chasing points.
5th overall service error for Tonganoxie. Bergen's going to set this one up for Padgett. Poggi, now Eigelhart, dug out by Baldwin. A double hit. Tonganoxie still alive, 18-11. Time still to battle back here in the second set. Baldwin's been kind of in control throughout this second set, though, as another service error on Eigelhart, making number 6 on the team.
There's just zero chance to come back in a match with service errors.
Baldock for Smoots, nicely dug out that time. Point goes to Baldwin.
Two good middles right there, jousting between Ricky and Afunja. Afunja wins that battle.
Here's Reichert to serve once again. Baldock's going to have to hustle after that one. Played over by Poggi. Out of bounds.
And see, that's sometimes, and you can see some frustration there on the face of Bailey Poggi. Obviously, with the situation down 21-11, but sometimes the best case scenario is just get the ball over. Coming back to some of those self-inflicted wounds we've seen from Tonganoxie in this match, whether it be in a case like that or whether it be on the service line.
Smoots gets her 6th kill of the game. Keeps Tonganoxie alive, 21-12 now. Will be Bailey Poggi serving, the 5'7" senior, honorable mention all-league last year. The libero for the Chieftains. Afunja, Bergen, now Berg. 4th hit, good block at the net that time. I think that was Finley Ricky, 6'1" sophomore.
Yeah, and she was in good position. The ball actually went off the tape, and that's why you end up with the 4 contacts there by Baldwin. But Tonganoxie, they're going to try and scratch and claw their way back into this thing.
Funja had it sent right back at her. Now Reichert will give it a try. Nicely dug out. Now Smoots. Bergen set up that time from Padgett for Afunja. That's her 10th kill.
Mentioned it earlier, Ryan. She's now over 1,000 career kills. She eclipsed that mark yesterday in their triangular against Emporia and Tonganoxie. That's a big mark. Her setter, Avery Bergen, has gone over the 1,000 career set or a career assist mark this year as well. That happened early on in this season. So 2 big numbers there from 2 decorated seniors on this Baldwin team.
Berg with the service error, gives it back to Tonganoxie. Here's Caitlin Dale, a sophomore, getting us started. Funja, Bergen back to Fasayo. I think didn't quite get that one over the net.
Yep, same thing there, where it hits into the tape. Sometimes that can be, from the fan and a long way away, even on the video, can be hard to discern whether that went off the blocker or whether it went off the tape at the net. The officials obviously right on top of it. They got a much better view, especially that up ref looking right down on top of the net.
Another great setup that time from Bergen for Afunja. Kill number 11 makes it 23-15. Just a couple points away from taking a stranglehold on this best of 5.
And if you're Baldwin, you want to just go ahead and finish this out, right? You got a lot of room to play with, but from a momentum standpoint, you don't want to give any life back to Tonganoxie here late in this set.
Bergen trying to dump it over on second contact. Smoots will send it over and blocked at the net. Fasayo, Afunja, and Bergen were there. Now set point, 24-15 15. Bulldogs been in control throughout this set. Started 10-2 run. Smoots. Good dig from Padgett that time, and great hustle from Reichard. Couldn't quite save it.
Tough spot here for Smoots. No margin for error.
5'8" senior's delivery. Bergen sets it up for Afunja once again. There's Baldock. Smoots from the back line. Overpass. Gives it to Tonganoxie. Nice dump that time from Bergen. Avery Bergen, the senior, ends the second set. Goes Baldwin's way, and so Baldwin's going to take a 2-0 lead into the third set. They win the first one 25-19, the second one 25-16. We'll take a break on Baldwin Sports Live. Come back with more Bulldog volleyball after this.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being a part of the community in which we serve. Our roots run deep within Baldwin City, and our commitment is deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we are here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for 131 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse in Baldwin. Baldwin leads this thing 2-0. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Your agent in Baldwin City is Kelly Neufeld. Kelly and his team are there to help you protect what matters most. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting or stop by the new office in downtown Baldwin City. It's 714 8th Street. See how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you in part by Maley & Sons Construction, a family-owned and operated company specializing in commercial construction along with high-profile residential clients. If you're looking for steady year-round work done locally in the KC metro area with advancement opportunities, then check out Maley & Sons Construction. Email Danielle at maleyandsons.com to learn more. So Bryce, pretty nice job by the Bulldogs jumping out in front. As we said last night, they fell down by a set in the best-of-3 match yesterday, but getting out in front of this one 2-0. Like to see them just end this one right here.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was important the way they ended that last set, went ahead and kept that momentum going strong on into this third set. Tonganoxie obviously has to get off to a better start here in this third set. The first set wasn't a bad start. It was a back-and-forth start. It was just that Baldwin eked out in front of them a little bit midway through that. But the second set, they did not come out very sharp, and some poor touches early on allowed Baldwin to build up an early lead. It was 4-0 right away, and Tongi had to take a timeout and then ended up being 10-2. And then the Chieftains just never had a chance, quite frankly, in that second set because they just couldn't put together any runs. And so far through 2 sets now, we have seen that it's going to be tough for them to put together any long runs of points. So the Chieftains have to come out and start better in this third set if they want a chance to extend this match into a fourth. And then obviously they'll need this to go all the way to a fifth if they're going to come away with a victory. And if you're Baldwin, you don't want to open that door at all, right? You just want to end this now. If you allow Tonganoxie to win here in the third, you still are in the advantage, but all of a sudden the momentum is gone and then weird things can happen. So it's time to just go ahead and put this one away if you're Baldwin, and quite frankly, you don't need to change anything up. They've been very good right now of running their offense, getting multiple attackers involved. They've had good touches. Serve receive's been good, so just keep on humming right now if you're Baldwin and take this thing to the finish line.
Tried to play it over, was Lauren Berg, I should say. Paget now trying to dump it in and does nicely over that front line. So Paget with her first kill, the junior.
Baldwin's just done a good job of keeping Tonganoxie off balance in this match, whether it be with the little dump like that. They've gone to multiple different attackers. They've gone strong. They've gone with, finesse shots. They've just done a good job of that. And Tonganoxie answering back. Important again for them to answer early on and not find themselves battling from a deficit.
Yeah, once again, the 5'9 senior, Lucy Ricky, honorable mention All-State, second team All-League a year ago. Funja has to deal with this one. Bergen will set it up for Paget. Nicely finds a open area on the floor. Baldwin off to a 2-1 lead here in the third set.
If you're Baldwin, you're okay with trading points early on because, again, you've shown to this point that your opponent has not been able to really put together any runs. If any team has done the scoring in runs in bunches, it's been Baldwin. So trading points early on, not a problem here for the Bulldogs.
Reichert, another great serve and another ace for her. That's her third of the game. She came in leading the team with 32.
And that one, it had still some room. It was one thing when you see one of those land just right on the tape of the back line. That one, maybe just a lack of positioning on Tonganoxie. They may have started a little too high, so they felt like it had sailed over them.
Nicely dug out Claire Baker off the Smoots attack. Now it has to be dumped over by Lauren Berg on third contact. Poggi sets it up for Smoots, and it's tapped down by Fasayo. Oh, no.
They're going to give the point to Tonganoxie and say that Baldwin's Fasayo Afunja was in the net. Kathy Allen does not agree with that.
That was really close.
But Afunja was telling her coach and tapping herself and saying, yep, I did hit the net. So honesty from Fasayo right there.
Poggi gets this point started, and now Paget right on the back line. Nice setup again from Bergen. Paget with her third kill for the junior.
She's been busy here to start this third set. They've been going to Emily Paget often to get this third set started, and Baldwin now with a 2-point lead early on.
So the junior Lauren Berg will get this point underway. Baldock back to Smoots, who taps it over. Berg to the floor. Bergen will dump it. Now Finley Ricky gets her fourth kill. 6'1 sophomore makes it 4-3. Caitlin Dale subbing on for Tonganoxie, the 5'5 sophomore. She leads the team in aces, so she's coming on to serve this one. Searle plays it to Reichert. Another kill for Alyssa. That's number 8. Makes it 5-3 Baldwin.
Makes your offense so much more potent as Baldwin has been able to use their back row to still be attackers. If you can do that, it really opens up your options and puts the defense in a bind.
Smoots had it blocked by Afunja, but then it went out of bounds, so a point to the Chieftains, 5-4.
Good footwork to dodge that one coming back down. Don't want that to come back down on top of your foot where it's out on you. And that was a good job there. Good footwork to avoid it.
Senior Mackenzie Smoots gets it started. There's Baker, now Bergen and Reichert from the back line. One was tapped by Smoots.
Looked like Smoots may have just gotten crossed up a little bit there. Some of those can be really tough to judge when they're coming in kind of chin high. It's too low to play it above your head, too high to really get up underneath of it without lifting it. Just kind of get put in no man's land.
Overpass that time from Tonganoxie, and Reichert able to just stuff it home, her 10th kill.
Yeah, there's no better feeling really as a front row player when you see that overpass. It just, your eyes get as big as that volleyball, and sometimes you can overdo it because it just looks so inviting. She did a good job there of playing it within her means.
Finley Ricky had it tapped at the net. So another kill for Ricky, that's number 4. This third set been pretty back and forth. Nobody getting more than 2 points in a row so far. 7-5, Baldwin leads it. Third ball's got to be played over, and it is nicely from Fisayo Afunja, even when it looks like she's at a disadvantage, Bryce. I mean, just so athletic.
Well, that's a luxury to be able to score off of that. It was not a good pass initially to Bergen. Your setter having to run all the way across the floor and just basically pass that ball back into the middle of the floor. And, you know, for all intents and purposes, she was just hoping somebody could get a free ball back over the net, and Afunja ends up hammering it from the back row.
Mackenzie Smoots records her 8th kill. Back and forth we go.
Who's going to make that first run? It's been the difference so far in each of these first 2 sets. The timing of the run was different, but both times it was Baldwin that put it together.
Service error that time from Keisha Baldock, her 2nd of the match. It's, I believe, number 7 on Tonganoxie as a team.
You know, he basically doubled up Baldwin right now in terms of the number of service errors.
Tapped over that time by Charlie Crane. Sophomore gets her 2nd kill. Adeline Hart, of the sophomore, checking into this one, as well as Addie Schooler, the 6-foot freshman. Harder will send it over a little too hard. Another service error. Now Reichert. Poggi over past that one, and you don't want to do that to Fisayo Afunja.
Look at Lauren Berg's reaction. Like, oh my goodness.
That's like day 1 of practice for Fisayo right there. She could do that in her sleep.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's just nothing you could do about it either if you're Tonganoxie, because obviously you're not in a position to defend it because you're not expecting to have to go on to defense, right? And it happens so quick that it's just a terrible feeling as a Tonganoxie player in that situation when you see that overpass and you look and there's one of the Baldwin girls ready to just go up and swing as hard as they can at it.
Reichert, another ace. That's her 4th ace of the match. Baldwin's rattled off 3 straight points. Makes it 11-7. Reichert started again, that time a little too strong. Mentioned Baldwin won their first 5 games of the year. They won that opening tournament in Burlington. Bergen's going to set this one up for a Afunja, and just out. Or they're going to say it did.
A touch.
Got tipped, yep.
Out of touch on that one from Tonganoxie.
14th kill for Afunja. Timeout on the floor. All right, Bulldog fans, join the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce for a spooktacular evening on Tuesday, October 31st from 5 to 7 p.m. in downtown Baldwin City for the hometown Halloween celebration. Any business that would like to set up a booth for trick-or-treating can register at baldwincitychamber.com. Everyone else, bring your little pumpkins out for an evening of costumes, sweets, and spooktacular activities at Hometown Halloween, Tuesday, October 31st from 5 to 7 p.m. in downtown Baldwin City. Don't miss out on that. It sounds like a heck of a lot of fun.
A little trunk or treat action.
Halloween used to be one of my favorite holidays when I was a kid. I like dressing up, going out getting some candy. I mean,
what kid doesn't like to
right,
get to dress up as their favorite
dream.
character and load up with sugar on sugar?
That's right.
Except for that, there was always that one house that would
give you an apple or something.
Yeah, or like something just super healthy, and you're like,
right.
What? Come on, man.
Probably a dentist.
You're probably right.
All right, Lauren Berg, the junior, going to get us started once again. Baldwin leads 3rd set, 12-8. They lead it 2-0. Bergen will set it up for Paget, trying to tap it over that front line. I think she was in the net.
Yep. And speaking of dentists, my great-grandma always used to give us these popcorn balls that were just, probably on the list of the top, 3 things, worst things for your teeth. They had to be up in the top 3, but, man, they were good.
Got a popcorn ball or two, yeah. Service just a little bit long that time. That was Bailey Eigelhart.
What are we up to now? 9? Is that 9 or 10
I'm
service
starting
errors?
to-
So, I mean, it is really tough.
Yep, that's 9.
Tough to win matches with that kind of number in the service errors column, and especially when the opponent on the other side is a really good one, and that's the case tonight.
Nicely tapped over that time. For the point for Tonganoxie. Now Smoots will get things started. Funja, Bergen, back to Fasayo. Nice block that time, but
yeah, it was. They
got out of bounds. Yep.
Yeah, well, it was down on the Tonganoxie side. There was just enough space again between that block and the net. They didn't get tight enough up there to where Funja was able to just stick that ball on the blockers.
15th kill for Fasayo. This one has to get over. Nice job by Finley Ricky. Now Riker nicely just taps it. Oh, whoa, that was saved.
What an
Faked
effort.
me out.
What an effort by the Tonganoxie girls.
Oh, and then a heck of a looping shot from the freshman Audrey Searle. What a point that was.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like you feel bad for Tonganoxie, honestly, because that effort should have been rewarded, you think, right, with a point. But credit Baldwin. Sometimes you can let your guard down a little bit. You just assume that ball was going to get down if you're Baldwin, and then Tonganoxie scrambles, diving all over the floor to return it. And Baldwin able to keep their composure and come away with the point still.
Ball has to be played over now. Some miscommunication by the Bulldogs.
And Baldwin caught off guard just a little bit there. You haven't seen that out of Tonganoxie much of the night. Tonganoxie typically it runs more of a 6-2, which you don't get that from the setter then very often because normally your setter is a back row player. And of course, it doesn't have to be a setter that makes that second contact, but you just don't see that dump on a second contact very often from Tonganoxie, so it caught Baldwin off guard.
Ace that time from the sophomore, Finley Ricky. 2 straight points. Tonganoxie trying to battle their way back into things. And then Ricky comes right back with the 10th service error of the game for Tonganoxie.
Baldwin's had, I believe 4?
5.
5 now, so, but again, you're doubling them up. You know, that's just tough.
There's Bergen going to set up a Funja. Trying to dig that one out with Smoots, but unable to keep Fasayo from her 16th kill.
Another solid night for the All-Stater.
17-12. Claire Baker, the serve, Poggi, Baldock, and now Ricky. Bergen will try to tap it over. It's set up very nicely that time for Lucy Ricky. 5th kill for her. She leads Tonganoxie in kills per set, hitting percentage, and blocks.
Baldwin has just been in system more tonight than Tonganoxie has. There was a situation where a good first pass allowed Tonganoxie to do, what they wanted with that. When they've been able to have that occur, they've been pretty good. But too often tonight, they've done that, service errors, or just not been able to get that initial first pass to their setter to be able to really run in system. Just like that. See, that pass is not on the mark, and it doesn't let them get into what they want. Baldwin the same thing off of this scramble, but
Poggi sets it up here. Eigelhart nicely dug out that time, diving a Funja. Poggi has to play it over. That ball's going to go out. Nice job by Fasayo not to touch it.
And see, even again there, those last 2 attempts, the initial pass wasn't bad, but the pass went to the libero, which is not their setter. That's not who you want taking the second contact.
Nice serve by Bergen. Ricky. Now Reichard. Dug out by Poggi, almost overpassed, and it did go into the net. Keisha Baldock got sent into the net trying to save that one.
On the other side, you see Baldwin. They're able to get that pass to Bergen, who's able to stand, feet both planted, have all the options available to her.
Overpass on first contact that time from Baldock. She sets this one up for Ricky. Afunja is going to have a chance at this one, a little bit long. It's scored 20-14. Tongi's really got to put together a run now.
Yeah, this. I don't think that if Baldwin scores again, you're probably going to see a timeout.
Nice service that time from Eigelhart, her first ace. Third ace of the game for Tonganoxie. Baldwin's got 7. Funja, Bergen. Now Reichert going to try to tap it home.
A little hook shot almost there from Alyssa Reichert. Maybe a little bit of out of timing there, out of sync with that set, but using that hang time. We see that so much on the basketball floor as well with Reichert, that little floater where she just comes through and just able to just suspend herself in the air, and that works out nicely on the volleyball floor as well.
It's 11 kills now for Reichert. Smoots got rejected at the net.
Caught up for a double contact there.
Baldwin 3 points away from sweeping this match, 3-0.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they aren't using their last time out here at this juncture.
Reichert, another pretty good serve, almost overpass, and yeah, it was. They reached over the net, I think. So.
Well, so what happens there is, again, when that 6-2 system, you have a back row setter a lot of times, and they're not allowed to go up and play the ball above the net. And so on an overpass, it's a tough spot because you either just have to concede it to the opponent, which is going to result in a point, or you go up there and try to sneak one past the officials, and this time they got caught.
Smoots has to send a free ball over. Now Afunja down hard once again. I got her at 17 kills tonight. Sets up match point. Gonna have a lot of them here.
Yeah, it's been an impressive night here for Baldwin.
See if Reichert can't end this with an ace. Now Poggi gonna send a free ball to Baldwin. Bergen up for Afunja and down hard, and that is gonna do it. 18th kill for Fasayo Afunja ends this thing. Baldwin sweeps it 3-0. Won the first set 25-19, 25-16, 25-15. Got better every single set.
And a little exclamation point on the end of that. If a volleyball kill could be a emoji or whatever you want to say, that was the exclamation point right there by Fasayo. Great way to finish it.
That was heck of a performance tonight from the Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break here, come back and wrap this thing up from the doghouse. Baldwin wins this thing 3-0. Been watching Bulldog volleyball on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Welcome back here to Baldwin. The Bulldogs win this one 3-0. They sweep the Chieftains out of town. They won the first set 25-19, 25-16, then 25-15. Time now to present our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. And Bryce, we're going to go with Avery Bergen tonight.
Yeah, I thought she ran the offense very well tonight for the Bulldogs. If you look at the stats and the distribution of kills, it's, Fasayo ends up leading this team, as is pretty normal for her on most nights. But she involved Paget well. She involved Reichert, several others as well. But she did a great job of running the offense, mixing it up, and then, Mick tossing in a couple of those dumps here and there to keep the defense honest, keep the blockers off balance, not being able to pull them out soon. And I just thought she did an excellent job running this offense tonight for the Baldwin Bulldogs. And when your setter is in a rhythm and she's feeling good and she's putting the passes on point, man, everything runs smooth. And that's why you see a sweep of a very good Tonganoxie team tonight, and in big part because of the way that Avery Bergen ran the offense tonight. So the senior setter, for my money, tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the match.
Congrats to Avery Bergen, the player of the game, brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, insurance and investments, wealth management, and financial planning. Farm Bureau Financial Services is there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. Call today and set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. Take another quick break on the post-game show. Come back and check on the final numbers, show you our upcoming broadcast schedule, and get you on out of here. You've been watching Bulldog Volleyball on Baldwin Sports Live.
The decision to sell your home or the search to buy a home is never easy. It's likely the biggest financial decision you'll make. Free State Realty has a talented team with years of experience ready to assist you and make the challenge of buying or selling your home a rewarding experience. Contact Free State Realty to see the difference a realtor makes. Owner broker Steve Pittman, associate broker Kim Bergen, realtor Lindsay Mark Schofield, and realtor Douglas Spradlin. Truthful, informed, effective. Free State Realty. Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. With customized insurance plans and comprehensive financial planning, Kelly and his team will help increase your confidence in your overall financial well-being. Come meet the team at their new office in downtown Baldwin City at 714 8th Street, or give them a call at 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back here to Baldwin. Baldwin wins this one 3-0. Take a look at some of the final numbers here in this one. It was Fasayo Afunja once again leading the team in kills. She had 18 of them tonight. Second on the team tonight was Alyssa Reichert with 11 kills. As a team, they had 6 aces, did the Bulldogs. Alyssa Reichert had 4 of those. She came in leading the team in aces, so add 4 more to that total tonight. A total of 5 service errors for Baldwin as opposed to 11 service errors for Tonganoxie. That one of the big stories in this one. Only 3 aces opposed to 11 service errors for the Chieftains. Mackenzie Smoots led the team, the 5'8 senior for Tonganoxie in kills. She had 8 of them. Finley Ricky, the 6'1 sophomore, chipped in with 4 kills of her own. And then the senior Lucy Ricky with 5 kills of her own. So Baldwin wins at 25-19, 25-16, 25-15. Take this one. They sweep Tonganoxie out of town. I'll quickly put up our upcoming broadcast. You see football coming up on Friday night at Anderson County. Bryce will be there to bring you that one. 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. And then next week, football is right back here at home. Osawatomie coming to town. Same times on those. You can find our upcoming broadcast schedule in the Maple Weekly, your local weekly newspaper with the latest community news and events, feature stories, local sports, history, and more. Subscribe for only $5 a month or $50 for the full year. Subscribe now to your local weekly newspaper at baldwinmaple.com. Baldwin Sports Live has been presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Shad and Penny Sheldon, your Baldwin City area brokers, invite you to check out the Baldwin Woods Estate, a one-of-a-kind property on just over 88 acres located within a quarter mile of the Baldwin city limits, yet very private and secluded. See more at HaydenOutdoors.com or call 785-821-2666 to schedule a tour and find your next dream property with Hayden Outdoors. Time to wrap this thing up from the Doghouse. Baldwin sweeps this volleyball match 3-0 over Tonganoxie. We'll be right back here on the channel Friday night at Anderson County for some football For Bryce Kessler, I'm Ryan Hilmer. You've been watching Bulldog Volleyball presented by Hayden Outdoors right here on Baldwin Sports Live.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live is also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services agent Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Heartland Plumbing, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Hers Incorporated, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hometown Construction, Free State Realty, Absolute Painting, Gherkin Rental, Watco, Rice Precision Manufacturing, Maley & Sons Construction, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, the Maple Weekly, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce.